Hello and welcome to my second video. I'm Nidhi Sekhon, the author of books Panoramic Indian Painting from classes 9th to 12th. In the last video we did elements of art. Today we'll begin with the same unit, that is fundamentals of visual arts, and we'll do the topic principles of art. Principles of art help in the arrangement or organization of elements of art to create an artwork. Just like the elements of art, they are also the building blocks of art, and they form our vocabulary when we try to appreciate or analyze any artwork. The principles of art that we learn today are balance, emphasis or dominance, pattern, movement or rhythm, proportion, variety, unity or harmony. Our first principle is balance. Balance refers to how the elements of art, that is line, form, color, texture, space, relate to each other within a composition in terms of their visual weight and visual stability. So our keywords are visual weight and visual stability. For example, if we divide a painting into two parts, one part of a painting should not look odd or misplaced or unequal from the other part. There has to be a visual equilibrium. Balance is of three types: formal, informal, and radial. Formal balance is achieved when the objects are placed in a symmetrical or equal-sided arrangement. They may or may not be mirror images of each other, but they are nearly similar. Now coming to informal balance, it is created when an asymmetrical arrangement is used. As you can see in the image below the text, the left circle is bigger than the right one, but the right area is not completely empty, so it is not looking odd. Now coming to radial, it occurs within the circular design and it is generally within the formation of a circle. These are the examples of formal balance or symmetrical balance. You can actually see the symmetry if you try a middle line in the painting. The left and right would be similar. And if you want to take an example from your syllabus, it is dancers from Deccan School. You can actually see their hands touching and their dress also touching in the bottom along with the feet. So it is a symmetrical balance. Informal balance can be seen in both the images. The first image has vase on the right, but the weight of the flowers is falling on the left. So overall the painting becomes very interesting. If you want to take an example from your syllabus, you can pick up Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia and Amir Khusro. The figure on the right and the tree on the right. The right side is a little heavier, but the left side is not empty. So overall it becomes interesting. You can use asymmetrical balance to create whatever kind of interest you want in a composition. Now radial balance, the first image has circular design in a circular composition. And if you want to take an example from syllabus, you can see Chaukan players of Rajput school. The center of interest is the ball, but the whole composition has a circular arrangement. The horses, the princesses and their maids playing polo, they are all composed in a circle. The second important element is dominance or emphasis. It refers to the created center of interest, the place in an artwork where your eye first lands. This is what artist manipulates by using the elements of art so that your eye is drawn to a particular area. As you can see, the red dot captures our attention as soon as we see the image. Now the moment we see the left poster, we see the red circle, the syringe and the slogan that it is time to vaccinate. Applied art students do it all the time when they create posters and create slogans and bold illustrations to attract the attention of the viewers. Now coming to the syllabus example, Krishna lifting Mount Govardhan. He is the Lord, he is getting our attention because the artist has manipulated the composition in such a way that in spite of having a lot of figures and the heavy mountain that he is carrying on his little finger, we see him first. So this is how the dominating figure has been created in the composition. Here comes pattern. Pattern refers to the repetition of a design element, same or different, to establish a visual beat. Our keywords here are repetition or recurrence of a design element. Just like in a song, a beat is repeated multiple times to make the song melodious, a pattern can be repeated a number of times in an artwork to make an interesting composition. You can see the images above. The blue triangle, red circle or inverted green triangle, they are repeating and a pattern is created. And same goes for the images below. The design element, either big or small, is repeating itself and creating an interesting overall composition. See, for example, these two paintings from your syllabus. The first one, Bharat meets Ram at Chitrakoot, can be used as an example for pattern as well as movement. The white figures, though they are differing in numbers every time they appear, they are taking our eyes along with them. The white color is somehow creating that movement in the whole picture. Now coming to the second one, that is this marriage procession of Dara Shikoh from Mughal school. Just focus on the left side. The horse riders forming a line from bottom to top are somehow creating that repetition of a pattern. So these two examples we can use for understanding pattern. Coming to rhythm or movement. Rhythm refers to the suggestion of motion by using one or more elements. It indicates the direction your eye takes as you view the artwork. That means the order that your eye travels in. For example, if emphasis is used on one spot, this often means that you start from that element and then travel away from it. You can see the examples. The first image is taking you towards the right as the yellow black colors are moving towards the right. Same goes for the second image, where you see the lines and colors in the beginning, and as we go towards right, the design is shrinking in terms of colors, number of lines, and overall composition. Now these two examples, like I had said in the slide for pattern, there is rhythm created by the repetition of white figures. Now the same thing we can see in the painting, a print by Krishna Reddy called Whirlpool. In this print as well, there is centrality in the upper part, and then slowly that design, that element, that bubble kind shape or abstract pattern, whatever you call it, it is expanding. So our eye gets a rhythm from small to big or from intricate to wide. So this is how a rhythm is created. Now comes proportion. Proportion means one piece of an object in relation to the rest of the object, or it is the size relationship of parts to a whole and to one another. Say for example, when we make a face, we have to see the relationship of eyes with the whole face. If the gap between the eyes is too much or gap between the nose and lips is too much, it looks odd. So we have to see nose, lips, eyes in relation to the whole face and to each other. Same goes for a genre scene or a composition that you make for a scene where you make a man. You have to see the size of the man in relation to the bike or a car or a tree or the buildings around him, so that everything looks proportionate. Otherwise, your composition is odd. The following two slides are to show the proportion of human figure and the human face. Human figure we generally take for 7.5 heads, and face also we need to divide it properly, otherwise the features do not come proportionate. For example, the painting Ram Vanquishing the Pride of the Ocean by Raja Ravi Verma from your syllabus. Look at the figure of Lord Ram. Every body part is in correct dimension with relation to the whole figure. Even if we look at the perspective of the whole composition, the foreground, the background, the size variation of figures, everything is in correct proportion. So this is a perfect realistic composition that the artist has made. Moving on to the next principle, variety. Variety is the use of different elements to create a visual interest. Variety is the complement to unity and harmony, which means without unity and harmony, image is scattered. Without variety, it is dull and boring. Say for example, the image above. The circles are in different sizes, they are in different tones. They seem to go back and come forth. So that this variety is making it overall interesting. For example, this painting, Meghdoot by Ram Gopal Vijayvargiya from Bengal School. This painting has ample number of textures, ample number of variety in terms of elements. You can see the trees, huts, rocks, human figure, soft clouds, all forming a unity in harmony, and this human figure is looking dominating. So you can actually see all the principles at play in this composition. Now we come to the last principles, unity and harmony. They can be done separately, but since they are interrelated, we will do them together. Harmony and unity in art and design is a visually satisfying effect. That means it's done and complete. It is achieved by combining similar or related elements, for instance, adjacent colors on the color wheel, similar shapes, etc. Unity is achieved when the components of a work of art are perceived as harmonious, giving the work a sense of completion. It is a feeling that everything fits together and works together. For instance, the images above, the first one has complementary colors and they are all going well together. The second one has similar shapes in different colors receding and forming a meeting at a point in the right. Same goes for the third one. Examples of unity and harmony are all the artworks from your syllabus, because artists are experts, they are renowned, they knew how to use different elements and principles to give a satisfying effect to themselves and to the viewers. Now let's use these principles of art and analyze a painting. The tall figure of Sri Ram on the left is balanced by smaller figures on the right to create a sense of perspective. Of course, the left figure is the most dominating because he is the hero of the episode, he is the protagonist. Now, pattern is created by the clouds in the background and waves in the center. Now, these patterns are also creating a movement. When we see the bolt of lightning on top, which is in white, then white color in waves, then white color in Sri Ram's clothes. Now proportion is there because it's a realistic painting. Everything has been done in correct proportion. Variety is created by all the number of textures that he has used, and all these put together are united and a harmonious composition has been made. So here we are. We have done the elements and the principles effectively. Now, just like the previous video, I'll leave you with the questions. The first slide is of lengthy questions and the second one is of MCQs. If there is a problem, if there is something that you don't understand, please leave a comment. I'll try and clarify. Thank you very much and goodbye.